Hey, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I've got the chance to check out one of the most exciting and game-changing cars in the world. It's fully electric and can be powered up to 40 miles a day with its built-in solar panels. This is the Aptera, the world's most efficient and aerodynamic production car. Apparently it can do 1,000 miles on one charge and it can run entirely on solar. We're gonna test drive it, check out some of the features, and make sure you stick around because later in the video I'm gonna do a full breakdown comparing every spec with a Tesla Model 3 and also show you how it performs in a head-to-head race. And to get the inside scoop, we're joined by Chris Anthony, one of the visionary founders of Aptera. Chris has been kind enough to show me around and dive into what makes Aptera so unique. This is absolutely wild. I was not expecting just to walk into their main manufacturing plant. How much does the car weigh once it's all complete?
2,200 pounds.
Wow, that's light, isn't it? I guess this is the secret, right? Making sure it's as lightweight as possible is like carbon fiber stuff. Just lift it up with one hand. Okay, so with the claim of this 1,000-mile range, is this like optimal conditions, driving at what speed, 40 miles an hour?
It is driving at the EPA driving cycle, which is a maximum of 67 and then kind of around town driving.
Okay.
So the way it's rated for 1,000 miles, if you're driving 90 miles an hour on the freeway, you're not gonna get 1,000 miles.
But from a full battery, with one charge, you can do 1,000 miles if you're doing,
1,000 miles on
flat,
regular driving.
Wow.
Some highway, mostly city.
And this is with the 100 kilowatt hour. So that's by far the heaviest element of the vehicle, right? The batteries.
Yeah. So the 1,000 mile version has taller battery cells.
Okay.
So these are 70 millimeter tall cells. They use them in the Tesla Model 3, Model Y, Rivian, Lucid uses this kind of cell. But to go further, we use a 90 millimeter tall cell for a 600 mile range. And then we use a 120 millimeter tall cell for a 1,000-mile range.
And then this will be like when people are ordering and building out their specs, these are their options. It'll be 23, 45, 60.
The first 5,000 or so will come with a 45 kilowatt hour pack.
Okay.
And then after that, we'll introduce a 23 kilowatt hour pack, which is really just taking cells out of this. Yeah. Take them out of the parallel groups. And then the bigger pack is just taller cells, and the biggest pack is really tall cells.
And then I guess the exciting thing with the solar is it 40 miles, potentially 40 miles a day charging?
It is, yeah. We have made great advances with our solar cells over the last 2 years, and we have a really energy efficient yet tough solar panel system that also conforms to the curvature of the car. We're pretty proud of that too. We've got a lot of patents on the solar technologies.
So pretty much the whole surface of the car is covered in flexible glass solar panels, and to prove how strong it is, Chris said he would let me drop a steel ball directly onto a panel. This reminds me of that presentation when the Cybertruck, they were throwing metal balls at the window and they smashed.
Oh my God.
Check that out. That's serious weight. You ready, Justin? Yeah. I felt the impact. Wow, it's literally not left any mark at all. So is this like a polycarbonate?
No, it's glass. So
This is glass?
It's a super strong, super thin glass, and it's actually very scratch resistant. So it's
like Gorilla Glass.
The glass that's on your cell phones, they've gotten so much better over the years. They're really scratch resistant and they're super durable.
Are you selling outside the US yet, or is that the first market?
Yeah, we have orders in 104 different countries.
Wow, maybe I should get one in the UK. This is Chris, he works at Aptera. He's gonna do a walk around with me and talk about some of the features of the car.
Yeah, so this is the Aptera. It has a very, very low drag coefficient, and you can tell it's kind of shaped like a dolphin or something like that.
Do you know what the drag coefficient is, numbers-wise?
Yeah, 0.13.
0.13. I don't know what normal cars are, but we can do a little graphic overlay now of what other cars are.
The most efficient other vehicle, you could say, I think the Tesla's 0.22, and it's a exponential scale, so it gets harder to reduce that number. So this is a lot more aerodynamic.
I mean, it literally looks like a flying car, like some kind of futuristic flying car.
Yeah,
I love it.
You can see there's solar panels built into the body, so they're on the hood, on the instrument panel, on the roof, and then on the whole rear hatch in production we'll have solar. So we'll have 189 solar cells, so that's about 700 watts of solar cells on the vehicle.
Okay. Oh, and just a caveat as well, this particular prototype isn't the final production model, so there's going to be some changes which I can talk about later.
Because of the efficiency, it gets 100 watt hours per mile. So that is, you know, a lot lower than most EVs. I think on my Tesla, I get like 350 watt hours per mile.
Yeah, that's 3 to 4 times more efficient than a Tesla.
So yeah, it's a 2-seater, but it has a ton of storage space. So it actually has 32.5 cubic feet of space in the rear.
I'm just going to sit in here. This is slightly smaller than the final model.
Yeah.
And I'm tall, if you know, like I'm almost 6'5". So, but even in this like prototype, I can fully sit up in here, which is a good sign.
Yeah, we've had people up to 6'8" fit
Yeah.
in our later prototypes,
Oh,
no
amazing.
problem. So it's really exciting. You know, it's kind of a sporty seat position. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of legroom and things like that. But yeah, in production, you'd have your phone key, knock, knock, the door pops open. Pretty cool. These are butterfly doors.
I love it. I love it.
Just for, you know, efficiency, how do you package a door? You
Yeah.
gotta go up. So yeah, if you check out the trunk here, a lot of room. If you fold the seats forward, you get 7 feet of space from the tail all the way to the
Can I
front.
climb in?
Go ahead.
All right.
Yeah, just jump in.
Okay. I just want to
Nice.
see if I could sleep in it. This would be really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I can put the seat forward if you want.
I mean, I think this
You
is
can
all right.
fit them through the middle.
This is honestly, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
Would it fit, or would my face get slammed?
Let's see. He fits.
Oh,
No
yeah.
problem.
I
A little tight.
I don't have a pillow fit under my head. But you were saying this is actually a bit deeper in the final production.
Yeah, a
right?
bit deeper and a bit longer. But I think
Okay.
if you want it enclosed, you'd probably have your head on the other side.
Yeah.
you know?
Also, weren't you saying that there's going to be some kind of camping?
Yeah, we have a
option?
tent that goes around here. You zip it up right here,
Yeah,
and
that
then
would be
you can
amazing.
be living out in the outdoors. Yeah.
I would love to test that out. Maybe we'll come back and test that out and take it out for like a night and do a little camping video. But
Yeah, sounds awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, hop out. So you actually charge it behind the license plate. In production, you slide the license plate to the side.
Very James Bond.
So this is the Tesla NACS port. We were the first EV company to adopt that port. We've made a petition, had 42,000 signatures,
Wow.
and now the whole industry is using
Yeah.
it. So that's really exciting. It's a really good connector for the US market, you know.
Yeah, for those that don't know, this is now the standard for all EVs in the US,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Yeah.
I actually prefer this than in the UK and Europe. I don't know what it's called, but I use the Tesla's-
CS2.
Yeah, CS2 adapters.
Right.
It doesn't look as cool.
Yeah, so
Sweet.
pretty neat. It's a 3-wheeler. I'm sure you've noticed. That means a lot less rolling resistance because you have one less tire on the road,
Yeah.
and helps us get that really low drag number. So it's a lot of weird things about it. It's pretty cool, but it's ultimately the best commuter ever, you know? A lot less energy than other vehicles on the road.
I think
and, solar power.
yeah, I love how unique it looks. But I also I love really unique things. I
Yeah.
think someone that wants to blend in with the crowd might not like this vehicle.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I think it
you'll
turns
see.
heads.
You'll
yeah.
see how many people freak out when we
Yeah.
drive this, and we're like, we drive it around here all the time. People still freak out. you know?
Yeah. Should we take it for a drive?
Yeah, let's
do
do
it.
it.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. I haven't actually used one of these before, but I think I know how to use it. Right. Okay, that's good, that's good.
Yeah.
I don't want to like pull the glass
Yeah.
panel off. Sick. Okay. Oh, it's going to ask me to update the firmware maybe. Oh, 1 second. This is brand new. Yes, this looks pretty sick.
That's sick.
Oh yeah, that's really cool.
Nice.
It kind of looks like some kind of porpoise, like a dolphin.
Yeah.
Some kind. It's like a cross between a spaceship and some kind of either aquatic animal or insect. It's like I feel like I can see all of these different elements of inspiration behind it.
Yeah, it's kind of like a teardrop, but it's more flat
Yeah.
on the bottom. It's because you need the air to do something different, lower to the ground, right? So
I feel
it's
like
kinda
it's
more like a shark.
It's the opposite of the Cybertruck. The Cybertruck's all about angles, corners, very polygonal.
Right. It's
What's
about
the word?
curves.
Yeah. This is all just like There's no corners, there's no edges.
Right. It's not even designed to look like this. This is a mathematic equation, right? But then we happen to make it look nice with our styling and things like that. So
I feel like the Cybertruck was quite controversial, or like very
like polarizing.
Polarizing.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I did a poll on my Instagram because I saw my first Cybertruck in person, and 80% of my audience doesn't like it.
Wow, really?
I'm surprised because I thought it'd be like 50-50.
Yeah, yeah.
But I like it in person. I actually really like it, but 80% of my audience did not like it.
But yeah, this is, you know, an alpha before a lot of the refinements. What do you think? Just
Oh yeah,
getting a rough idea of how it's going to be like.
I could drive this. Like, I don't feel uncomfortable. This feels super. Like, I know it's small. It's like slightly smaller in the interior, but it feels spacious. What are some of the main differences with the final production car versus this beta model?
Right. Yeah, so this is one of our alpha vehicles. So this was kind of a proof of concept to show what solar mobility would look like.
Wait, what's the difference between alpha and beta?
So in car development, there's four things basically. There's alpha, beta, gamma, delta.
Oh, and delta is like what you're rolling out to everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So
in terms of visually inside, what are the big differences?
you'll have a yoke, which is really cool, like kind
Okay.
of like a Hello Kitty style yoke.
Yeah.
And your left and right side mirror are both
In front of me.
In front of you, yeah.
Yeah, I saw
And
that.
then on the screen, you know, you have Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. It'll be really nice. The screen,
Same size screen?
pretty similar, yeah. Maybe a little smaller, and it doesn't interrupt. You see, like your knee can hit it right now.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's kind of inset
Oh,
in
nice,
production. But yeah, you'll have, you know, many inches more headroom, more legroom.
You were
and
saying
overall more economic.
these window splits are a little bit higher up or further out?
Yeah, just
or-
because you're seated in an optimal position, it's a little more optimal to see out of the
Yeah.
side. The split window is because of the aerodynamic shape. You know, like if we had to fit the curved glass that does this, you'd totally lose so much interior space.
Yeah. This is a really nice system they've got. Yeah, that's the one. Look at that.
That's sick.
That is so sick. Okay, let's get some little shots cruising around.
How does it feel driving around?
Right, considering this is what you said, this is like the alpha production car, which is like the first model before even the beta version. It feels smooth and easy to ride. Like, I think it's even better. Like apparently the sound insulation and the driving experience is even better in the production model. But this feels great. Like I'm really enjoying it. Do you like my car?
Yeah? What car is this?
It's an Aptera. It does 1,000 miles and one charge.
It does?
Electric, yeah.
It's like, how many of these are there in the world?
Not many, right?
Not many yet.
Like 10?
Less, like 5?
5. 1 of 5. It's pretty rare.
Yeah.
You'll see them everywhere next year.
Yeah. Next year we're going to the scale production.
Maybe the parking brake off. I needed to do a little.
That's awesome. You gotta impress them, you know. Yeah, you know, for being an efficient vehicle, it's still very performant, you know. So that I think people wouldn't expect the most efficient vehicle to also be very fast, but it is.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to speed around this nice suburban quiet neighborhood, but
Yeah.
maybe another video I'll do like, we'll take it on a track and do some proper like
Yeah.
unrestricted. Maybe we can do a drag race with Justin's Tesla.
Oh, that'd be sick. But yeah, that's the nice thing about having a lightweight vehicle, you know, lightweight aerodynamic. That means a powertrain that usually maybe doesn't go as fast in another vehicle
Yeah.
suddenly has way more power than we need, you know. The tires can easily slip because it's such a lightweight vehicle.
So, do you know how many horsepower this is?
I calculated it. It's like only like 220 horsepower.
Okay. That's still a lot for the size of this vehicle, how light it is.
Yeah.
To get this nice, it just needs tweaks. Like you said,
Yeah.
it's like slightly creaky.
Right.
I can, imagine the sound dampening from the engine noise and the motor noises would be nice.
Yeah.
But, I mean, this, and obviously the solar panels on this are just for show, right? But
Right. Yeah. We have the latest, you know, prototype is running, you know, off the sun, which is super cool.
Yeah.
I feel like one of the coolest things is with the vehicle being so efficient that you can just plug it into a normal 110 volt outlet and you get 150 miles of range overnight. So whereas in like a normal vehicle, you know, you're charging off of a normal outlet that you plug your phone into, you barely get that many miles overnight. Like this is actually meaningful range. So if you have a commute that's like 150 miles each way or whatever, you can just plug into a normal outlet too. It's
This
all about efficiency.
is the Aptera. Yeah, I think for me the only downside that stands out for me as this vehicle is it's just a 2-seater.
Yeah.
So for people that have family or want more space, we need to wait until you guys release a vehicle with more passengers. But other than that, like, I think what's great is it's perfect for commuter, short distance, heading down the store, going to work. But also, this would be comfortable for a few hours on the highway. I feel like it's not.
Oh yeah.
You're not like sacrificing the comfort.
What's neat about Aptera over time is like, you know, if you have a vehicle that's 10 years old and we get much more efficient solar cells, you can, you know, retrofit your vehicle with more efficient solar cells. Maybe you'll get, you know, 50, 60 miles a day. Like as technology improves, so can your Aptera, you know. So.
Oh, I like it. Yeah. So it's like modular. All the different pieces can be improved rather than. I think one of the least sustainable things about modern technology is this kind of upgrading throwaway culture, whether it's like, I mean, I guess you keep your car for a while, but phones, like people are like upgrading every year rather than just the few parts of that phone or whatever that have been upgraded, like the processor or the camera. Not everyone's going to be able to replace the motor, but people, like you said, that have kind of got a skill set. That like tinkering.
Your local mechanic or EV repair shop.
Is there any type of autonomous driving capability at the moment or not?
Yeah, so we will have OpenPilot, which is, I don't know if you've heard of OpenPilot. It's actually a local San Diego company. It's similar to Tesla Autopilot in that it's like a level 2, you know, driver assistance system. Me and one of the co-founders, you know, have it on our personal vehicles. Basically, up until now, it's been piece of hardware that you can retrofit into existing vehicles, but we're going to be the first vehicle that supports it from the factory. So it's like full hands-free autonomy on the highway, which is what you want with face tracking to make sure you're paying attention instead of a wheel nag. So I love it for highway.
I'm trying to think of like comparisons with a Tesla.
Yeah.
So obviously this is cheaper. The starting price, you're saying it's going to be like 35,000
right,
or something,
for the launch
roughly?
edition, yeah.
The launch edition. I don't think there's any Tesla, is the lowest Model 3 around that price or a bit more?
It's pretty close, but then if you factor in like the cost of ownership, this will be the cheapest, you know, cost of ownership vehicle you could ever buy, right? Because if your Tesla gets 300 watt hours per mile, this gets 100. That means literally every time you plug in, you're using a third the energy, so it's a third the cost, right?
Yeah.
So every mile you drive is a third the cost plus the solar energy. So, you know, year on year, this thing will pay for itself because it's generating free energy from the sun, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, so it's 3 or 4 times more efficient, which means it's 3 or 4 times cheaper to run.
Right.
3 or 4 times more range.
Yep. Per
charge.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, efficiency makes so many things make sense. It makes it funny that people don't focus on it. You know, this is really the first company I've seen like actually try to bring the most efficient vehicle to market, you know?
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun too.
and I can't believe this has been dialed back, like the acceleration.
It's dialed back. It still feels really plenty fast. I think the low center of gravity and being so low has a sportiness to it.
Oh yeah, I love it. Honestly, I would definitely drive one of these.
That's awesome. I can't wait for mine. You know, I think all the employees feel the same way. I mean, this is all of our, you know, our dream vehicle. It really is like a first principles engineering vehicle, which is something that hasn't really been made before. So,
like, are there any obstacles to this going to production? Is it you just getting more funding in, or what? Like, what's
funding.
It's all about funding.
We recently just announced a $60 million debt deal with U.S. Capital. So what that would do is provide us the capital to fund the initial production of Aptera. You know,
and how many units?
Vehicles.
How many units would that produce? 5,000.
Yeah, at least 5,000 vehicles with that money. But that also is the catalyst for other money, right? So we have a California Energy Commission grant of $21 million that lets us use that grant money because you have to pay X% of it to get the rest of it. Also unlocks equipment financing and other things like that. So we'll be really swinging with this debt deal. So depending on when this comes out, the crowdfunding, the last chance to invest in the crowdfunding is June 30th.
Okay.
So if this comes out before that, that's the last chance to invest in Aptera's Regulation A campaign.
And does that mean is that buying a vehicle, or is it?
Well, you can buy, that's buying shares in Aptera before it's a public company, basically. So it's they're pre-IPO shares. So we've had 17,000 investors do that so far. Then the hope is, we have plans to IPO in the future. Then,
maybe some people watching
becomes liquid.
Yeah, maybe some people watching are already investors.
I'm sure they are. I'm sure, and I'm sure you're gonna have a lot of Aptera reservation holders checking this video out as well.
Well, let me just say, if you have pre-purchased or invested and believe in this company, like from a first-hand experience, I'm vouching. This is awesome.
They're probably like, wow, look at that.
This is an awesome car, and I'm just so excited to see if this is the beginning, like how exciting is that? Like, this is just the first model, this is the first iteration.
Yeah, there's so many things that, we're a right to repair company, so what that means is we give all the plans to repair it, so you could go to your local repair shop and get the parts you need. It's, very different than other automotive companies, which is great. We're very open about that stuff.
So if one of the motors breaks, or I need to replace a part of the car,
right?
I guess the car will identify something. Oh, your motor's broken, and then I just order a new one. And
and we'll have mobile service as well, but I think it's just great for people who are tinkerers to be able to get involved with their vehicle like that,
Oh, I love it. It was finally time to line up the Aptera and the Tesla Model 3 and see which car is faster off the line.
3, 2, 1.
Nice. That was awesome.
That was really fun. So unfortunately, we couldn't really race the cars, but Aptera have done some of their own track races, and this is how the beta version of the car performed. So after spending the day with the Aptera team, asking a bunch of questions and getting to experience it firsthand, taking it on a test drive, how does it really measure up to something like the Tesla Model 3? So let's have a look. The drag coefficient, 0.13 for the Aptera and 0.23 for the Tesla. Miles per kilowatt, the Aptera comes in at 10 and the Tesla only 5. And then the range, the Aptera's 25 kilowatt hour model will be able to drive up to 250 miles, and the 100 kilowatt hour model would do a whopping 1,000 miles on one charge. And then the Tesla has a 300 mile range. And then for passengers, the Aptera only has capacity for 2 people, but the Tesla has room for 5. However, with the rear storage, the Aptera has 32.5 cubic feet of room, and the Tesla only has 19.8 cubic feet. And then for acceleration, the Aptera's all-wheel drive version can do 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds, the two-wheel drive version in 5.5 seconds, and then the Tesla in 5.8 seconds. Top speed, the Aptera maxes at 110 miles per hour and the Tesla 130. Charging speed, the Aptera can charge at 60 kilowatts, but the Tesla can charge at 170 kilowatts. And then a big one for me, Aptera allow me the right to repair my own car, however Tesla don't. And then finally, let's go on to the price. The Aptera starts at $25,900 for the 25 kilowatt version, and the 100 kilowatt version with full solar is $48,300, compared to the lowest spec new Tesla Model 3, which is currently $40,380.
Wow, thanks a lot.
No problem. Thanks
Really,
for coming.
honestly, really appreciate you showing us the car, letting us take hours of your time whilst you drive around, but it's been awesome.
I'm glad you liked it. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, I'd love to come visit again.
Awesome.
Okay, that is it. We are heading off from Aptera. What an incredible day. It was honestly mind-blowing just experiencing a taste of the future. It filled me with hope for like what's to come, with all these new technologies, solar powering vehicles, really having companies like this that are really focused on sustainability, trying to find ways to do things more efficiently and more environmentally friendly with the whole production chain, and I don't know, I just love that there's better ways to do things, and that's what we're discovering as a human race. And I feel like this is one of those big leap forwards for transportation. Thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying me exploring the world of EVs and innovative people doing great things in the world. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.